Hey, if you have knee issues, feet issues, hip issues, back issues, this may be the video your body has been asking for. Today we're going to talk about the 4 tight muscles that we have and how to foam roll them to potentially help your joints. These 4 muscles are your IT bands, which run from your hip down to your knee. That's the primary area. They go a little bit further, but that's what we're going to focus on today. Your calves, right here, your lats here, and your adductors, your inner thighs. All 4 of these will impact everything you do in life. And so we're going to focus on that on each individual muscle with a foam roller. This is also known as SMR, or self-myofascial release. It's a great way of stretching out your muscles and working on the fascia, which if you think of a breast of chicken, sometimes you can kind of peel that top little layer off. The fascia is like the potato sack that holds your potatoes of muscles in. So that's a good way of thinking it. It can get a little overused, it can scrunch up, and so the foam roller is helpful in working a lot of that fascia out and then stretching your muscles as well. Now, the one thing that you need to know about foam rolling is it's not intended to feel good. In fact, it won't. The more your muscle needs it, the more it's going to hurt. So just know that going in, and then you'll see progress as you're able to do things. And I'll tell you this too, even though these 4 different muscle groups are all over our body, there was a randomized trial. It was kind of small, 40 people who did self-myofascial rolling, SMR, foam rolling at home, and it actually helped their neck pain, their upper back pain, even if they're not rolling that. So this will have benefits to your body all up and down your body. Okay, the first muscle group we're going to focus on is your IT band. Your IT band, again, runs from your hip down to your knee. It will extend a little bit more beyond, but that's what we're going to focus on today. So the way you want to roll that is you want to get on the foam roller about midpoint. Put your elbow down. You may want to start with crossing your leg, or you can stack them on top of each other. You're going to slowly roll up and down, never on the joint. Never foam roll on a joint, but you're going to roll slowly up and down 3 or 4 times. Now, if you come to a point that you're like, and it really hurts, that means you've kind of found a knot. So just stay on that knot. If you'll stay there for about 30 seconds, that will help actually release that. Now, how do you know if you have IT bands? First of all, most of us do, so unless you're actively rolling it, then you're probably not watching this video, so probably you do. Your knees will start to complain a lot, and your hips will start to complain a lot. So if you're starting to have issues in either one of these areas, you may want to foam roll. That's an easy way that your body is saying, hey, help me out here and stretch me out. So your IT band, do 3 to 5 or so on each side, nice and slow. Again, stop on those trigger points. Another muscle that is really tight are those calves, both sides. Oftentimes when you start to get plantar fasciitis in your heel, which is, again, the fascia bunching up all the way in your heel and your feet, it's because your calves are tight. Ladies, if you are wearing heels to work, your calves are in a constant flexed position. So you've got to help them out at the end of the day by stretching them. Obviously, you can stretch it without the foam roller. The foam roller is really effective as well. What you want to do is take your roller, cross one foot over the other, lift your hips up, and slowly go back and forth. Now, I will tell you, I roll my IT bands a lot. You didn't see me wincing in pain with those ITs. I don't do this as much on my calves, and I feel it. Now, as I do this, I'm starting to flex my foot. I swear that's like a natural mechanism of my body wanting to prevent the pain. If I point my toe, it releases the gastrocnemius, the calf muscle, because that's engaging the top muscle. So make sure that you're pointing your toe, not flexing. Do that on both sides, 3 to 5 times. It's not uncommon to have one side that's a little more tight or painful than the other. My right side seems to be that way today. You never know how it's going to be another day. But roll stretch them. Your feet will thank you, and your legs will thank you because they need that. They need that stretching out. Okay, let's talk about your third area that might be tight, probably is. What do we do all day? We are on our phones, we are typing on the computer, we're driving, and we're doing all of these things that keep our arms down. We're probably hunched over more than we need to be, and in turn, it's shortening our latissimus dorsi. What we want to do is open that up, stretch it out, and then eventually we want to strengthen it as well. How do we know if it's tight? Well, you might be having neck pain, you might be having back pain, because again, everything's being pulled down this way, which is pulling your head and making your back and neck work in ways that it wasn't intended to, because we were meant to sit up straight and to walk and to move. How are we going to stretch those lats? We're going to come down on the ground, stick your arms out, might be a little awkward, over to your side, and roll up and roll down. And yes, I'm a little, that hurts. I'm lifting my hip up. I don't know if you can see that. Pushing back and forth. You're getting those lats 3 to 5 times. Again, if you find that spot that makes you see white, stay there. If you can, 30 seconds. Then do the other side. Okay, final muscle that we're focusing on today, your adductors, adductors. Those are your inner thighs. Your outer thighs, just for your information, is abductors, abductors. So you can remember them. If someone is abducted, sorry, that's my southern voice coming out, they're taken away. So the muscles on the away side are AB, abductors, adductors are on the inside. They may be telling you they're tight in your knee. Sometimes I even actually get a little bit of a pain right up in here, in my muscle up here. So stretching these will help you all the way up and down. You might get hip pain. So listening to your body, listening to your joints. Oftentimes when our joints hurt, it's actually not the joint. It's the effect of a muscle being too tight or not stretched enough or being worked too hard, and it's affecting the joint from where the insertion point is on the joint. So if your knee hurts, it may not be your knee, it may be a muscle related to your knee. How we're going to stretch the adductors is we're going to come to our hands and knees. You're going to take your leg out. Look, I never said that this was ladylike, okay, ladies, but this is just how we do it. Do it in the comfort of your own home if you need to. And lift your foot up, and you're going to roll back and forth all the way to the joint and back. 3 to 5 times. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's my little spot. I'm going to just hang out here and try and talk to you while it works itself out. So again, nice and slow. If you're going back and forth just to get everything done, and this is the case for all of them, well, you're not going to get the benefits of it. So take your time, roll it slowly, hang out for 30 seconds in those really tight points. Try and talk through the pain like I'm having right now, because that's normal. The more you do it, the easier it will be, the healthier your joints will be, the more you'll be able to live life vibrantly, which is what we're wanting. Remember, don't roll over your joints. Do everything 3 to 5 times, more if you need it. Stay on the tight spots, the extra tight spots, for about 30 seconds, and do some self-care, self-love for the day. That's all. Have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. If you would, please like this video, subscribe to the channel so you can continue receiving videos to equip you in the gym, like today, in the kitchen for meals, hacks, snacks, all kinds of fun stuff, and in the Word for devotionals and a little bit of faith-based health. All of these are to help you find your own balanced, healthy living with a lot of grace and a little chocolate.